I would kind of pool my money for the week and then go see a wrestling show that week just because it was like I needed something to keep me kind of going. And then one morning I woke up at the truck stop to an email from Facebook saying, hey, would you like to talk about this opening we have? I was like, of course, you know. I thought it was a scam. I reached out to a couple of friends and was like, did you put them up to this? Did you mention my name? And it was just they found my LinkedIn. Said, hey, let's talk to them. And I was able to secure that job. I went from being homeless to making $108,000 almost overnight. Yeah. It was a blessing. It was amazing. I mean, they flew me down here to Austin for my interview on Halloween 2019.
Oh, so at that point you were in New York.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the first time I'd spent, the first night I'd spent in a bed in probably 2 months at that point. And, I didn't tell them that. I was going to hire a guy who's living in his car. But somehow, I took video interviews from my car. And, they flew me down. I got the job. They put me up for a month. Things were going well. Found an apartment downtown. Pandemic hits. Everything shuts down. I've got no friends established. I just moved here.
Adult friends are always hard to do.
Yeah, and I'm not a big drinker. And that's what people do to meet people. So I became very isolated. And that's where my mental health struggles kind of led me to over the last couple of years, where I don't know anybody here, so I don't leave home. And then I put all the weight back on, and so now I feel, gross, and don't want to be seen in public unless I'm with people. So
to be clear, you are not gross.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Like objectively.
Well, and that's the thing with mental health, right? Is nobody's telling you these things. It's me telling you these things. I've always said, people think I'm amazing. Nobody's ever said a picture of piece of that's always me saying a picture of piece of So I appreciate that. I'm still working at getting it through to myself that I'm not gross.
There's always a conversation to be had about, okay, yes, there is unhealthy healthy. We want you to get to a place where you're healthy. I want to get to a place where I am healthy. But, dude, you got that beard rocking, you're a handsome dude. Come on.
I appreciate you.
But, of course, there is the conversation of health. And we do want to get health. And that is not a part of the conversation even shameful to acknowledge, to say we want to get to a place where we're healthy and where we live a longer life. And that includes for both of us, eating better and probably being more active and losing some weight.
Totally. And, well, that's the thing, right? If I don't want to be here now, why do I want to get healthy to be here then?
Well,
I'm a fat motherfucker, nigga. Are you a fat motherfucker too?
Normally this is where I plug subscribing, but
I'm a fat motherfucker, nigga. Nigga, I'm a fat motherfucker, nigga. I'm a fat motherfucker.
So definitely.
What is that? Hey, look at that shit. Look at that shit. What is that shit? You're a fat motherfucker, nigga.
So it's the emergency mental health hotline.
You're a fat motherfucker, nigga.
So it's not just some person thousands of miles away.
Right. Yeah.
Helps. But I am very glad that you're here with all of us today, and I'm very glad that you never went through with anything. That's very.
What are you doing, man?
Yeah, no, I'm happy.
What are you doing?
How has life been here in Austin? Recently, you said you moved here, had a hard time meeting people. Have you had a chance over the past few years?
No, I just because I had gotten to that point where I wasn't comfortable going out. Now the only time I really see people is if I bring friends or family into town. So,
friends?
New York.
You're going back to New York.
I have, especially now. So my lease is up at the end of August. That's quick. Yeah. So I've got to figure something out. I have talked about going back even just briefly to try and get back on my feet and maybe refresh myself in terms of having that social.
We get it. We've all gone through some tough times.
Shut the fuck up, you old ass bitch, nigga.
Interaction and maybe gets a little bit of happiness back before coming back and trying to.
Do you have a connection, Austin? Do you feel anything about this place? Is there any reason for you to stay? I think it feels pretty clear to me, go back, but I'm just to play devil's advocate. Is there anything here?
I genuinely love it here.
Oh.
Not even really knowing the city. New York sucks. You're from Michigan, I believe I read. 6-7 months of gray, not for me. That was one of the issues I think with the ex and I, is I always wanted to move south and she was never going to want to.
Everyone always asks me what checking account I use and what high yield savings account I use.
Come on, man. You got enough ads on this shit.
I like that about Texas.
Oh, okay.
Big sports fan. NASCAR is 15 minutes away once a year, which is nice. So there's a lot of reasons I'd like to stay here. Plus, I have this nagging feeling of I haven't made a mark here.
Okay.
And I kind of want to make a mark.
What's this YouTube thing you're doing?
So,
it's in the description. Check it out.
It's the Troyalty Pod. It's the Troyalty Podcast. I started it just over a year ago with my friend Matt from high school. I went to college for radio. I wanted to be in radio.
Really?
I wanted to just have people talk about me and enjoy what I'm doing and help people along the way. And so we've tried to do that with the podcast. We just goof around a lot. We're friends from high school. He's in New Jersey now. I'm here in Austin, but we're from Troy, New York, so that's why we call it Troyalty. And we just have a blast. We've really... the show has evolved a lot from when it first started. When I first started, I wanted to just be this raw thing, and then I realized, people do want a little production value. They want it to be a little prettier, and so we've tried to tweak on those things and really develop it over